What's going on, everyone? Today I would like to share with you 2 trades I made today on my journey to 100K, where I take $100,000, wow, $1,000 to $100,000 as fast as I can through day trading. Fairly new to day trading, so we're just kind of learning together as we go. But let's get into the trades today. 2 trades today. This is the first trade we made today. SOPA was the stock. This was actually on my scanner from last night, or at least on my list from last night, doing a little research. I have a list of like 6 stocks. This is one of them that was on the list. And so I had my eyes on it this morning. I knew I wanted to make a trade within the first 15 minutes of the day. I wanted to stay aggressive. And the news for this stock hit the scanner at 4 o'clock right here. And it reads, let's see if we can get these new tools going today. Right here. Let's see here. No. Control 2. Yeah. Oh, hey, what's that? Beautiful. Society Pass Incorporated and Thoughtful Media Group Incorporated. Basically, as you read through this, you find out that they started a TikTok account for live shopping to help advertising platforms in Thailand or something along those lines. And so, I don't know. It wasn't like the sexiest news, but it is a catalyst, and live shopping on TikTok is such a big thing right now. So, I don't know, we kind of saw the stock, start to rise. And so we're looking at this area right here, and I saw the stock rise right up in this area here, and I was waiting for a pullback, but I did not see a pullback, and I did not want to miss the opportunity to make this trade. And so once we had this candle here, and then we had this candle here, and then once I saw this candle open up above this candle right here, I was a buyer. So I bought 300 shares, which was almost all of my buying power, at $259. This candle rips up to $270, and I take 100 shares off of the table for my 10%, or I'm sorry, my 10-cent profit, actually 11 cents, which is kind of nice. But I wanted to leave. I thought, just from what I was seeing with the data, I thought that it was going to potentially go a little higher. And it did later on, but just not in the moment when I was thinking that it would. So the next candle started right here. And once I saw that it was going to drop below my entry, because now that I've made a profit, I set my stop loss to be a little bit higher than normal. So when I entered right here at 259, my stop loss was we'll call it 255, 254. So I was risking 5 cents to make 10 cents. I made my 10 cents at 270 right here. And at that point, I didn't really want to go below my entry and lose money when I'd already made money. So I set a new stop. It's called a trailing stop, by the way. And so I just said, okay, if it gets up right around 259, I'm going to get out. So when it got 258, I pulled another 100 shares out for kind of a break even on those 100 shares. But I could see on my 10-second chart that it was I was seeing a little bit of buy volume again. And so I held on to another 100 shares, as you can see right here. And I sold on this candle at 266 for a total profit of $17.40. Now, here's the deal. On a small account like this one, it might not make a lot of sense a lot of the times, and I think this is a really good scenario to enter all in on all your position or all of your buying power, and then take it out bit by bit as the stock is going up. Because if I would have taken out all 300 shares on the first candle right here, if I would have just stayed within this candle right here, it's not a beautiful circle on my part, I would have made an extra, I think it was $13. I would have made $30 today instead of $17. Now look, I'm not trying to, $17 is just not a lot of money on a $1,000 account. The math is pretty easy to figure out there, but I'm just happy to be green on a small account, and I know that as the account grows, I'll be able to make more money on the account. So I'm just trying to stay patient, waiting for the opportunity. I tried to take that opportunity today, right? I really tried to get in, take a profit, leave a couple hundred shares to take more of a profit later. I tried the process. It just didn't quite work out in my favor today. And I honestly think that in most cases on a small account, it just makes sense to probably go all in and all out in one shot. We'll see. I'll keep kind of testing that. So I want to talk about the second trade I made today, which was control 1. Yeah, perfect. Stock was BNAI. Back it up here. Right in here. So was this it? BNAI? No. BSCK was the one. The BNAI one I'm showing you here, you see a $2 loss. That was me just testing a couple things. So this is the other stock I did today. BSCK, not showing up. Let's see what we get here. BSLK. Right here. This is interesting. Okay, so on this stock, we're focusing on this section right here. So was there news on this stock? No, there was actually no news on this stock. So I got an alert. There was earlier in the day, but nothing at the time that I made the trade. And so it came up on my scanner, and it was another one that was on my list from last night. And I decided that I had a few dollars left in my account. And so even though I was green for the day, because I had left some money on the table, I wanted to take some of the money I had left in my account and see if we could make a little bit of a profit. The only issue with that is I was kind of in defensive mode. Like, I don't want to lose money, right, is what I was thinking. So I had 100 shares worth in here. We got in here at where are we here? Yeah, right here. 100 shares at $1.89 is where I got in on this stock. And with this stock, I was just looking for it was a runner, so it was running up this way. There was no pullback. I was just trying to get in early so that I didn't miss out. So this is a momentum trade, and 181, and then it kind of comes up a little bit up in here and then starts to drop down a little bit within this candle. And I decide I don't want to lose money. And so instead of keeping my stop at we'll call it 175, I decided to have it close to break even at 181. And I kind of got a little nervous and I exited. The only issue with that is that this stock actually went, this candle right here, which is the one that I was exited on, actually had a high of 196. So right after I got out of the stock, it climbed, an extra 15 cents. And it's a really good example. There was no reason for me to get out of the trade. I hadn't hit my stop loss, which was 5 cents less than my entry. I hadn't made my profit yet. Everything was green, but I was just trading from an emotional state of being timid and nervous. And unfortunately, that cost me not much. It cost me about $10. I would have made about $10 on that trade, which would have been great today. I would have been up, $27 or something along those lines. I forget the math, but instead we lost 86 cents. So yeah, we made right around $16 a day, $16.15. Not a whole lot, but we are green on the day. Excited about that. And there's always tomorrow. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.